Hi friends, it's Sarah from Berry and Pine, and today we're going to make a few inexpensive crafts with baby socks. So you can see here, these are Dollar Tree materials along with this package of baby socks. There's a ton of them. I'll link it down below. You can see here, I've got a lot of crafts to do. So I'm just going to be using one of the white-ish ones, a Dollar Tree cloche, two different size styrofoam balls. You can see mine is about 1.5 inches and 2 inches. I don't know if I'm going to use this. This is a faux fur stole from the Dollar Tree. I was thinking we could cover up the bottom. And if you want to use these kinds of snow, you know, like the Dollar Tree snow. This is literally the easiest craft ever. Again, it's born out of the fact that I found these when I was cleaning my craft room, so I'm going to use them. So you can see I'm cutting off the base of the bigger ball, and that's only because I didn't want to have to war with the glue gun. That's it. So I'm just going to tuck that in, making sure that the flat part is on the toe. And I know that there's red on the bottom. You don't have to tell me. If you don't want to use socks with red on the bottom, that's fine. I think it adds a little something, but again, let me know what you think down below. Ooh, in the comments, why don't you put a snowman emoji? Anyway, as you can see here, you can glue these together or not. I mean, the sock holds them in, so it's no big deal if you don't glue them together. So you can see here, they fit really nicely, and I'm just going to tuck under that red part. We're going to hide it anyway, but just tuck it under and glue it down, and then put the ball in. There you go. Look, now it's got no red thing on the back of his neck. I'm going to give him some macrame cord scarf with fringes because I had macrame cord on my table. And to be honest, I bought a macrame cord set in every color of the rainbow, and I absolutely love it. I don't share macrame stuff on this channel or on my other channel, but I do enjoy doing a lot of it. All right, so you can see here now I'm just going to use the same cord to tie up the top because I'm super lazy, and we're going to cover it up anyway, so it's not a big deal. All right, once you get that done, just make sure it's secure and yeah, cut that off. Don't cut the little fringe on his scarf, but if you had some of those Dollar Tree flannel scarves, do you remember those? I bought those every time I saw them in the store. If you have those, it would be really cute to make that scarf too. So I just literally cut off the toe of another sock, and I'm going to make a little pom-pom hat for my snowman. That's it. I was thinking you could put the little cuff around as a brim. Hold on. Like that. But I thought it looked a little strange, and there was no way I was going to try and cut that down to size. So I just took that off. But it looks super cute either way. And if you roll the bottom up of the little toe piece, it's all nice and fuzzy like a little beanie. And if you look, we're just going to have a little pom-pom right here at the top. And then I realized, oh, I should probably check and see if this fits, because I didn't do that. But look at the clean. I love it when things just come off from the Dollar Tree, the little sticky that they use. Okay, so I couldn't find any push pins because they weren't on my table, but I did have these little head pins, those little straight pins, old school sewing pins. So I added beads to them, colored 2 of them black, 1 of them orange. That's literally it. If you have beads, use those. I just didn't. And then I painted this because I thought I was going to use that Dollar Tree snow, and then I thought, oh, how am I going to keep it away from the edge? So instead, I'm going to use that stole. I'm going to cut off the lining and just use the faux fur little piece, and then I'm going to cut it on the inside of this cloche cover, and then I figure it would fit. You and I are going to find out together because I really did not know if this was going to work. But I have this, and I've had it for a while. I love fun finds like this at the Dollar Tree. Like, I'm sure somebody is wearing this right now, and all I can think to do with it is craft. But it does shed, so go ahead and pull off all that stuff and use it for stuffing, or just toss it, whichever one you want. And then I just put this down here. And then did you know there was a hole in the bottom of that cloche? Which makes me think you could probably actually use it like as a mini terrarium? I don't know. Maybe that'll be my next craft. All right, so I just glued this down, and I tried to tuck the edge under because so you wouldn't see the the fabric backing. All right, now the true test here. Does it fit? Does it click? It does click, so we're good. I'm so excited. Now, I totally forgot to measure if that guy fits in it, so we're just going to find that out together later. All right, so a little push pin action for his little face, which I had to do this eye so many times. I'm not kidding. If you don't get it right, then you're not alone. And then I forgot I didn't do the orange. I'd planned on doing the orange and just forgot. If you've ever worked with Posca paint pens, for the love of all goodness, always use an extra piece of paper before you put that stuff on. Some of them will explode everywhere. All right, so then I just glued down his stuff so that it would be solid, and then positioned his scarf as I saw fit. Look how cute that is. Easy to fray that macrame cord. Now I did have to glue down his little hat so it wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, not that anybody's going to be touching this, but you never know. I'm pretty hard when I put away my Christmas decorations every year. If you have little kids, you can do this craft without the cloche, and there's no glue needed, right? You can just use beads or an Alien's glue. It would be super cute. Now, I need your help because I still have all of this stuff because I made it in September. Do you think I should outline the bottom like that with the faux fur? I thought the black brought out his eyes, but you let me know down in the comments below. I honestly warred with it and then just decided to ask you all. Next craft is just the absolute most adorable and easy craft ever. And I'm just going to take these two Dollar Tree white ornaments. They're non-breakable, so the kids can do this. And then I'm going to use some baker's twine, also from the Dollar Tree. And then baby socks, because that's what this whole video is about. I'm using Posca paint pens, but you can use an eraser and black and orange paint. And then you can use a hot glue gun, or you can use regular glue. So I'm just going to create the hangers. Now, one thing I will say, you can do all of this and poke a hole inside the hat or inside the sock or whatever. I'm not doing all of that. I'm so not doing all of that. I like to make easy crafts like this. I don't believe in making things difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thread a needle with that baking twine. And when we get the sock hat on, I'm just going to thread it through that and the sock hat at the same time. So I will say some of my socks didn't look very good when you stretched it out, like the brim. So I think it's just because they're not very expensive socks, maybe. I'm not really sure, but if it warps the design, then I just opted for a different sock. So this one was cool. It was snowflakes. And again, the colored toe is going to make us have a sweet little pom-pom at the top without having to do anything at all. So that's what I'm going to do. I will say, moving this even slightly will send that sock flying. All you have to do is make sure that the top color part of it is right over your hanger portion, and you're fine. So I glued it down in place as fast as I could because I didn't want it to go flying. And like that, see? And then just do this. If you get frustrated, know that you're not alone. I'm just going to pull it down and hold it into place. And then I'll fix it in just a second. All right. So once you get this down in two places, then you can go around the rest of it and just glue it down. If you're working with little kids on this one, you can use a hot glue gun, or you can give them low temperature glue guns. Now you can see I'm just going to put my little hanger right through there, but turning it sideways, you can see there's a little loop. And so there you go. We're just going to make our hanger like that. And I figure it's more secure, right? Because it won't just go through the hat and fly off and while you're eating Christmas dinner or something. I don't know. I had a really good idea too to put fingerprints on the back side of this. When my daughter was really small, we did fingerprint ornaments, and we still have them. We did little fingerprint snowmen, little fingerprint reindeer. We literally put fingerprints and footprints on everything. All right, so you can see I'm just using the same baker's twine and just making myself a little pom-pom. That's it. No reason to go and get your pom-pom stash out, because I know you have pom-poms or yarn that you could make pom-poms. This year is the year of me literally using my craft stash. I don't want to bring in new craft supplies. I'm trying just to shop my craft stash. And that's all of this, by the way, came from me attempting to clean out my closet, my craft closet, in order to put all the Christmas stuff first in like August. And so I started making all of this when it was 100 degrees outside here. And you're just seeing the benefits of my labors. And as you can imagine, I made a little wonky sideways triangle for his carrot nose. And again, this would go so much faster if you just use paint and a paintbrush. However, I had the Posca paint pens from the last project, so I'm using those. Now, one thing I will say is I dropped these, and you'll see it in the final picture. I dropped these because they were kind of rolling around in my Christmas completed crafts bin for a good month and change before I took images of them, the final pictures. And you can see an eye chipped. So if I were you, I'd maybe give it a coat of Mod Podge or, something like that if you're making it as a keepsake, because I think it would chip off because it's just plastic and we didn't rough it up or anything. All right, so as you can see, we're going to tie this bad boy into a knot. And look how cute he is. I don't know. I think he's super cute. I will say I did this a couple of times. I still have other ornaments and baby socks. So if you have any more ideas for baby sock crafts for the holidays, I've got more socks that I need to use. But you can see on this one, you see how it kind of stretches out and then you can see white in between the stripes. It kind of bothered me. Look at that. Threaded that on the first try. It never happened, so I thought I would share it with you. Anyway, it kind of bothers me when that happens, but I'm also trying to get rid of the fact that I nitpick apart everything I do and share on the internet, which just means I don't share half of the crafts that I make. I gave him earmuffs by putting pom-poms on the side for that guy. And that's it for this easy craft. Like super fun, easy Christmas craft if you're working with your family for the holidays and want to do something that doesn't take a lot of focus. So I shared this one over on my other YouTube channel, Sarah Nenni-Daher, or Ruffles and Rain Boots. And you can see it was my first craft because I have all the socks there. But I'm sharing it over here because I need some more ideas for baby sock crafts. They suggested over there gnomes, but they'd be so tiny. Anyway, I have this whiteboard. This is from RIP Joanne's. And I have these plate greetings from, I think, Hobby Lobby. They're just like these light metal greetings you put across your plates for the holidays. And yeah, I got them for like 25 cents or something. So I'm using them for signs. Now I will say this little board just painted white. I don't know if I painted it white or if I bought it painted white, but I'm stealing the hardware off of it because this is real hardware. So just FYI, put it in your picture hanging kit. My husband kind of makes fun of me and says, I don't think other people have picture hanging kits. And I don't think that's right at all. I think if you're a mom, definitely, a grandma, definitely, you want all those pictures on your family wall, right? So I don't want to wait for my husband to, do something. So I just have my little picture hanging kit. And now I have 2 gold hangers with 4 screws. So as you can see, I'm just going to position this on here. The little metal plate is actually going to be put on with E6000 and clamped because I don't trust hot glue and metal. And then I'm using a suede cord as my hanger. I thought it'd be really cute, but of course I could not find them when I was looking for them. You know the Dollar Tree mini garland? It's like this little green, almost paper-like garland. Well, I found it now. I made this back in, I don't know, July or August. But I found it now. It would have been so cute to mimic like a little mantle garland. But again, I couldn't find it, hence the need to clean my craft room. So I didn't like the way that that was positioned right on the cord, so I made little cord hangers. And again, this is all about simple crafting, so I just made a loop about the same size for every one of them and then glued them into the socks. Yeah. If you are using this as a gift idea, so let's say somebody had a baby like baby's first Christmas, you can actually create a little felt pocket on back for all of the matching socks and just use the Dollar Tree's hook and loop. It's because they can't use the word Velcro, but you just use those little sticky hook and loops, and you could make this entire craft the same way, except the word believe. But just put something else up there, like the Dollar Tree little wood, things, put those on. So as you can see, I try not to touch E6000 with my little fingers, so I'm using a foam Q-tip that I use for my lasers. I love these and actually use them now all over because unlike regular Q-tips, it doesn't get all those fuzzies everywhere. I don't know if you've ever seen these, one of my favorite finds. And look, I measured. Well, I eyeballed, and that's like the same thing. So we're just gonna pop that on, press it, and then I clamped it down with these little Harbor Freight clamps. Because again, it's all about convenience for me. So while that dried, I'm just gonna put these into place. And again, you can use the wood signs and those will be fine with hot glue. So Dollar Tree has all those wood sentiments you could use. I just threaded these through. Oh, pay attention to which way this goes because I did some wrong and then I had to undo it. But it looks really cute if they're all hung the same way, just like on your mantle, right? If you are super crafty and you have all the stuff for paper crafting and stamps, you could put little names or dates or something on the things like stocking tags. That would be super cute too. I'd love to hear how you change this, to be honest, because I will tell you this was a really fun craft. It was super easy to make. It's adorable when you're tucked into a little display. Now, I don't know anybody who just had a baby, okay? So don't come at me. I'm hot gluing these things down. But if you know somebody who has a baby and you want to give them this, hook and loop stickers will work just fine. Put them together, put one on the wood board, take off the little sticky thing and then press the sock on top. They will absolutely hold. I mean, don't ship it across the country in 100-degree heat, but it should hold. All right, and then here's where I kind of messed up a little bit, not gonna lie. I don't hide my mistakes. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sarah. I don't always have a plan for my crafts. That's just, to be honest, I make a lot of patterns and I make a lot of things that I have to do a lot of math and a lot of planning. I do a lot of laser cutting and all that. These kinds of things mean that my brain gets a break. And here you can see my brain was on vacation because those aren't even in the back. And if you do sell items, I would always say that you should finish the back. Because like this would be really cute with a piece of felt finished on the back, and that's 32 cents or 38 cents if you just buy it at the craft store. So when you get it on like Amazon or whatever, it's even less expensive. I glued all of this down. Somebody mentioned that you could put candy canes in here, and I thought that'd be a really cute idea. Now that the front was done, I'm just going to glue these down. Again, I would recommend a staple gun if you are selling something, and a bit of thread, felt on the back. Also, you could put the cords evenly, you know, unlike me, because I took off that green tape and it's still that. It's still as uneven as you see here. It's still on my mantle, actually. I took some pictures of it. Oh no, now it's down on my fireplace. But I have currently on my mantle a witch's hat, pumpkins for fall, and Christmas. I'm not kidding. This is the life of a content creator. And guess what? That is it. That is it for this easy craft. I am so happy that you joined me over here on Berry and Pine today. If you'd like, join me over on Sarah Nenni-Daher. I'll put the link to my other channel below. But this easy Christmas craft also came with a mistake. See up there? I'm using a sanding sponge to take whatever marks or scratches away. High grit sandpaper will do it every time. As always, thanks for watching. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe for more fun holiday craft ideas.